My God, I've just done a 15-minute recording and with no sound. So let's do this quick. Um, so here it is. Yeah, one of the timelines that you made. Thank you so much. 24th selects. I've basically been through, tidied them up a little bit of finesse, and slowed them down because they were slow, 50 frames a second. They could be slowed right down, and then added a bit of background noise, some atmospheric countryside sounds that I recorded Spring Watch last year, just to make it super immersive and lovely. So that's all in. I'm gonna do this for each of the timelines that you've made. And I just thought the best workflow for this is probably just to export them all as individual clips, give you the individual graded clips to edit with rather than trying to use the full fat, chunky, beautiful footage to work with on your computer because your computer seems to be freaking out at that. So I've gone to the liberty of exporting out, if I show you the folder, a folder of graded clips. So here's the 24th, and here's each individual clip as a standalone. Looking pretty. So I'll show you how to get them in. So into the media tab, and then I would make a, so you've got your original footage, currently called footage, but if you rename it to original rushes or something like that, original footage, and then make another bin, so right click on retreat, new bin, name it to graded clips, and then if you right click on that, make a new bin in there, one for each of the days, so like the 25th say. So for the minute, let's do 24th. So I'll remove all that from the previous class. So I want to locate to that folder that I just showed you. So up here in the window, click on the drive, go to retreat, go to graded clips, 24th, and then select them all and drag them all into that bin. So here they all are here. Next up, we want to make a timeline of these clips. So let's do like location establishers or something. So I'll definitely use that clip in Nico. So right click on one of these clips or a couple of the clips. You can click on one and then hold control and click on another. So Rose and Nico, right click on one of them that you've already selected, create new timeline using those clips. We'll call it location establisher, create that, and that is basically a timeline there, and you can see the icon for it, video and sound, and these are individual clips with audio, that's why they've got a musical note. So we'll drag and drop this timeline, keep it organized into the edit bin, and then make a bin inside there, this one called location establishers. So click on that, delete that old one. So this is the timeline. I've just double clicked that to open it. Here's the timeline with currently 2 clips in it. But we want to add more clips. So up here you'll see like a picture icon. It's the media icon for the media pool as it's called. Here's a breadcrumb. So these are all the bins that we're inside currently, but we want to go back to the master bin, which is currently called Retreat 2410. So double click on that. We'll go to the graded clips bin and we'll go to the 24th. So here's a bunch of different clips. So we'll maybe choose this clip, drag and drop it in. Let's maybe do, I don't know, this pretty clip, drag and drop that in. So if you want to make them smaller, you can press A and that will allow you to drag and drop and slide stuff about. This rose shot is quite long, so maybe we want to start when it starts moving. So we can jump to there in the playhead, click B on the keyboard to jump to blade tool. Click on the clip where you want to blade it, select where you want to remove, and press backspace. So that is now just deleted that chunk. So now we've got a little bit of a moving rose. Then we'll maybe jump to a shot of Nico, which is also moving the same direction. I quite liked it as he turns his head, so again, I'll maybe just cut the start of that. We can drag it on top of the old clip that was there as well. That's cute. Jump to that. Again, it's moving the same direction. And then this clip here. Although that's moving the opposite direction, I don't mind it. But if you do want to make it move a different direction, you can reverse it. So to do that, you want to select the clip. First, you want to break it apart. So break the sound off the video. So press Shift G. And then you can click the video alone. You press Control Shift and R. And then you just click reverse clip. So now that's reversed the clip but kept the audio moving at the in the forward position, so it sounds as it should. So moving, chugging along. Only thing is, it only works when there isn't a moving thing in it that you expect to go one way. In this case, it is a van. It's going backwards, so it won't work. So just select it, reverse it, go back to the same way. So that's our little timeline, which currently lasts 44 and a bit seconds. So we want to export it. So let's go to the rocket. And I've made a little preset here, but you can do that by setting all of these settings like you see here. So feel free to pause the video. But yeah, QuickTime, or with you being on a Windows, just an MP4, H.264, timeline resolution, timeline frame rate. Everything else here looks perfect. Change that to 10,000, not 100,000. So from automatic to restricted to 10,000. Everything else looks as it should. If it doesn't, then tick the boxes. Now we want to queue it up, but before we do that, let's make a preset. So we'll click the three dots, save as a new preset, type in Instagram, and then that means that you've got a preset here that you can always click on, and it'll always remember what you've set it to previously. So let's change that, and then let's update it, because Instagram. Perfect. So let's export it. So render entire timeline, add to the queue. Before we do that, sorry, we need to make sure that our other settings are right for our audio in a file. So click on audio, set it like you can see here, and then click on browse, say where you want it to go. So I've named it location establishers, name it up here whatever you want it to be, and I'd stick it in a new folder called exports. Click on save, it's taken the name. Now you can queue it, so click add to render queue, render it out with this button here, and that will kick out a folder for you to, or a file, sorry, for you to throw on Instagram or wherever you want it to go. So in this little imaginary folder called exports, there's a file. Just log on to Instagram on your web browser and throw it on there that way. And that is how you get clips out of Resolve. Let me know how you get on. Obviously, we'll probably want to do different sizes of exports, like a 4:3. It's currently 16:9, which is what everything was filmed at, but Instagram people tend to like it a bit smaller. So I'll show you how to do that at a later date. But that's all for now. Cheers.